Hey, what's up, guys? TX goes back another episode, and today is going to be my thoughts on Bioshock Infinite. This is the third game in the series, and if you guys really want to be more precise, it's kind of like the second game in the series. Most people do not take Part Two as a sequel. It was made by a different company, but where it stands, yeah, it is a sequel to the franchise. So I'm going to add it in. That's the way I see it anyway. It's Part Two. But yeah, let's get started. I have been playing Infinite for since last Tuesday when it came out, and I love the game. The game is amazing. Um, and I'm asking myself, is it better than the first game? Yes, it is better than the second game. Part two was really good, but it was just it's funny. It's the same game as the first game. It's the exact same game, just has a different story to it, and a few new weapons, and but it's exactly the same game. So it's not a bad game. It's just not different like the first one was, or the third one is. So as I take this one out, I ask myself, is the new one better than the first one? Like when the part one came out, was I more excited for this first one than I am for the new one? When the first one came out, do you guys know let's see what date it came out? When 2007. Okay, so I was 22, I think, when part one came out. 22, 23. I can't remember. Anyway, as of right now, we're saying I was more excited for the first one. It was the Xbox and the PS3. They were just coming out. Like they've been out for a year or whatever, 2 years, and they were still brand new systems. And the first one took me by surprise. I saw the trailers on TV. I read about it, and it just looked absolutely amazing. It's the atmosphere that got me. I'm a big survival horror fan. I love Silent Hill. I love Resident Evil. I love Fatal Frame and uh, Alone in the Dark and Hunting Ground and a few more. Dead Space. Anyway, this game nailed it. It was just the atmosphere. It was the thought of, what's around the corner. I'm hearing whispers just down the hall. What is it? Is it a ghost? Is it people? Is it a flashback? What the hell? Could it just be nothing? Could it be the wind? And just having that thought of pretty much being trapped, and you can't get out. Even if you want to leave, you can't get out. That was great. By the middle of the game, you're pretty much powered enough to really do you can kill anything. Like the first half an hour of the game was just terrifying. Like you had nothing but a wrench, and from that it became a really good game. But the first half an hour was just amazing, just splat out amazing, and I loved it. Now with the brand new one that just came out, this game has been in development for a very, very long time, and as everybody else, I have been waiting forever for this game to come out, and it finally came out. It popped down. I went out, I bought it. I was on vacation, and I bought it there just so I can come home and play it. I didn't want to wait any longer. And now, first thing is that the gameplay is so fine-tuned. Everything feels good. The controls, the main character now talks, and he's not just some slave or whatever from the first game. He actually has a mind of his own. He's actually doing this. I'm not really going to say too much about the story, but he's trying to save this girl, and go from there. The graphics are beautiful. Now, do I like this one more than the first one? In gameplay, gameplay and story, yes. I think this one is a much better game. The atmosphere and the soundtrack I give to the first game. So pretty much it's a tie. That's kind of how I base my games off. Gameplay, story, sound, and atmosphere. And they're both at about each game. Bioshock 1 was actually a pretty long game. It was probably about 12 to 15 hours, depending on how fast you played it. I played the first one on easy. I'm playing this one on hard. I'm trying to unlock the new 1999 mode. But both games are simply amazing. Which one do I like better? It has to be. It's kind of a cop out answer, but like they're both good in their own right. The new one, story and the gameplay. And I'm not saying the soundtrack or the atmosphere is bad. It's kind of like it's reversed. Under the water, above the clouds. So it's just pretty much what you think you would like more. Me personally, I like underwater more, and it being a lot more darker. And what's cool is that each game, again, it's kind of like, the first Bioshock, you saw what happened. You did not see what happened, how it all started. It was over time. When you went down there, everything was already messed up. Everything was destroyed. There was people already crazy. In this game, you actually see everything happen, play out. That would be awesome if they made a Infinite 2 or a DLC where it's like years and years later, and everything's just messed up from what happened, and you get to see it, and you're like, yeah, I was here when this first happened. That would be cool. So yeah, I mean, both games are amazing. They did a fantastic job on them. Part 2, guys, is still a really good game. Nothing to be ashamed about. All three are fantastic games. It's a great trilogy. I'm very happy they finally made it. And hoping to see a new one. I know it's a season pass for new stories, which I hope it's like years later. But, we'll have to see what happens. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and see you guys real soon. Bye.